Move the gun! Move the gun!
For the first time since their deployment to Afghanistan in 2010, soldiers from Charlie Company, 3rd of the 172nd Mountain Infantry, have joined their entire parent unit, the 86th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, for training. Here at the Joint Readiness Training Center in Fort Polk, Louisiana, they are part of a decisive action exercise with approximately 4,000 soldiers. Observer Controller Trainer Captain P.J. Preddy gives us an overview of the exercise.
Their very first mission was a recon mission, where they reconned an expected IED factory. And then from then on, they came to Jinan, which is the village we're in right now. They assaulted it at night with the idea of driving off the Sapa elements, which are the bad guys. Their mission then evolved into establishing a defense here and holding the town at the same time while trying to establish good rapport with the locals here, so that as they conduct missions in and around the area, they've got a good rapport with the locals.
Squad leader Sergeant Dustin Rogers, a combat veteran for Charlie Company, describes the realism of their day-to-day operations in the Decisive Action Training Environment.
The environment we're in right now is very similar to what we were doing in Afghanistan. So a lot of us who went through that deployment, we fell right back into that sort of op-tempo. And for the guys, what it showed is that the versatility of what the infantry is asked to do. We aren't just straight up ground pounders. Sometimes we have to do defensive. We're doing KLEs, key later engagements with people, having to be customer service savvy in some ways, dealing with the local populace, and also while at the same time pulling on security around the perimeter all the time. So for these guys, it's great to give them that atmosphere and show them, wow, how versatile we actually have to be in order to get the mission accomplished.
Enduring more than 90-degree heat with lack of sleep and food may not sound appealing to many people. However, for a new soldier like Private Sergei Cherkovsky, a rifleman with Charlie Company, it's a great opportunity to train and learn new skills as an infantryman in a real-world scenario.
This has actually been an awesome experience. I wasn't really looking forward to it, coming up to it, just because it sounds like the field, it sounds dirty and all that. I was really uncomfortable coming in. Because basic training, you're afraid of sergeants, you're just running around like you're a chicken, with your head cut off. And then now, as the weeks progress out here, everyone gets dirty. You really get to know people a lot better, which helps a lot. I'm actually really glad I did this. It sounds kind of weird because I haven't showered in probably 7 or 8 days, but it's actually been a really good time. I'm becoming much more of a soldier. Before I couldn't really say that. And the only way to improve that is just practice and practice. And the longer we do it, the better I get.
With experience ranging from the brand new privates to the 4-time combat veterans, Charlie Company soldiers have been able to adapt and overcome a rigorous training atmosphere, making them a more cohesive unit than when they first arrived here a few weeks earlier.
In our regular tactics, they've gone leaps and bounds in the last week since we've been here, from movements through the woods, noise and light discipline, being able to maintain themselves without being told what to do, being more proactive versus reactive, like what we say in the line. These guys have really stepped it up a notch, kind of gotten a feel for what it's actually like to live the environment of the infantry, not just the MOS itself.
As part of the only National Guard brigade in the country to complete a JRTC rotation this year, Charlie Company has distinguished themselves to leadership. Commander of the 54th Troop Command, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Fessenden, tells us how proud he is of his soldiers.
It's refreshing to come out here as a leader and see the challenges that these soldiers have been through and how they're standing up. It's not an easy thing to go through a JRTC rotation, and it just emphasizes again in my mind just how strong our soldiers are, so I'm very proud of them.
At the end of more than 3 weeks in the field with simulated combat, Mountain Company soldiers will complete their training and leave JRTC to return home to New Hampshire at the end of June. Reporting for the 114th Public Affairs Detachment from Fort Polk, Louisiana, I'm Army Sergeant Courtney Selig.